Yeah, we got an early Melanin Monday. That's a fact. I'm talking about that is a fizz 9. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's start off with these roll calls. It's a hot ass summer day in the South. I was gonna do it outside, but the mosquitoes and the bees was getting at me. So we in the house cooling off. And I had to turn the AC off so I could talk to you niggas. All right. So Charlotte, as always, NC in the building, Minnesota in the building, Lafayette, Louisiana, Charlotte is in the building. Charlotte, Chicago in the building, Clearwater, Florida's in the building, Pennsylvania, Jackson, Mississippi, talk black to me, Nashville, Tennessee. You know what I'm talking about? Detroit is in the building. Inkster, Michigan is in the building. Salute to you. Richmond by way of Harlem. Dallas in the building. Norfolk in the building. VA by way of Peeway. Empress B444 is in the building. Dade County 305 is in the building. Bad news. You already. Bad news, stand up. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Norfolk. Shout out to Newport News. Shout out to Alabama, Buffalo. Rough Buff, what up? Salute to Benny the Butcher and the Griselda movement out there in Rough Buff. I see you. Monroe, Richmond, Virginia, 804. I see you. Yeah. Southside Jamaica, Queens. You're in the building. I see you too. Salute, Born Majesty. 504 in the building. You already know. B More's in the building. It's always love and B More. Southside Jamaica, Queens. It's always love in Queens. Queens is love. Queens is lit too. You know what I'm saying? The home of the gods. You know, I remember being a teenager, like 10 years old, and I seen a Supreme team in the flesh in Queens. They looked like they was glowing. They was so clean. California in the building. You know, remember the Supreme team? Remember the guards? Gangster guards? Arkansas in the building. UK in the building. Yeah, yeah. That's right. The whole KTL University is in the building. Shout out to Young Mary. Shout out to Dade County. Shout out to Kendall. Shout out to him to Opalaka. Uh the whole shit Homestead, everybody. Yeah, Bill Bixby in the building. VA stuck in the ATL. Shout out to the Compass Circle. Yeah, Homestead in the building. I seen that thing about they turn. I remember going to the Everglades, and when we rode to the Everglades, I saw how they have the prisoners out there in Homestead on the outskirts by the farms and whatnot. And then they had all of the Mexicans right across from the jail. They called them the illegals and whatnot. They had apartment complexes. Now they done threw them niggas from the apartment complexes in the quote unquote. They done threw them in the detention facilities across. They filling up the detention centers with Mexicans in Homestead when the whole Homestead was ran off of Mexicans. That's crazy. That was like they were their labor force. They were picking all of the avocados and the strawberries. And now they got them niggas in the concentration camp. There you go, trusting that Peckerwood. You know what I mean? He got something for that ass all the time. You know what I'm saying? It never fails. The only people that we gotta check is us, because we be slipping. You know what I mean? We fall for the okey doke every generation. Fall for the okey doke every generation. Birmingham, Alabama, in the building. What up, Birmingham? You know? Yes, I'm gonna be in New York this weekend for the International African Arts Festival. I will be there starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Brooklyn at the Commodore Park between Fort Greene and Farragut. Everybody knows about this festival. This is going to be one for the records. This one is going to be lit. There's a jazz band by the way of Hypnotic Brass Ensemble. Those are my brothers out of Chicago. They're gonna be headlining the music portion of things, and it's just gonna be turned up. You know what I'm saying? And I will be there on the field. Red and Blue Pill will be set up with Queen of Four. She has a whole camp, so there's like 6 tents: food, clothing, face paint, meditation, herbs, healing, you name it. Come through to the healing village, and we will be in the building. Kings County in the building, right? We got some jewelry in the building. We have some children's and women's clothes in the building. Some new stuff that's never been seen in the building. Facts. So please be there. Yeah, and the Bada video shoot is gonna be the 6th, which is not the 4th of July. I think it's the 5th of July if I'm correct. So we'll be there as well. We're gonna take a Uber to Queens. We'll be in that video as well. We might be shooting some scenes for Bill Bixby over. Yeah, we got the Couture line. We might be shooting some scenes for Bill Bixby as well during the quote, not the whole video, just scenes like B-roll. Supposed to be shooting some shit in Atlanta today before I leave because I got scenes in Bill Bixby. I took my brokers to Strokers. Yeah, that's a strip club out here, so we got to do some scenes. Is it going to be in Queens? No, it's going to be in Brooklyn. BK. Shout out to Spike Lee, who just had the block party for Do the Right Thing. I seen a lot of pictures online. People are that shit look very lit, you know. Do I have any workout gear? Yes, I have workout gear. The line is called KNGZ, KNTY. That's Kings County abbreviated. I'm going to show you something right now. Give me 1 second. Wrangler on my booty. All right, we're back. Yeah, he had the mad big pride flag in the back, man. The fuck? I saw that part. You know what I'm talking about? I think Spike Lee want to tell us something. You know? Nigga, Do the Right Thing wasn't about gay people. No offense to nobody. But that's not what Do the Right Thing was about. You know? Sal's Pizza and all of that. Here goes the workout gear. Here's a polyester shirt. If you see the material, it's like real thin. You could sweat, you know. Let me hold it up. Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm on my comfort zone shit right now. I'm in the South. You know what I'm talking about? We be chilling, sitting in beach chairs, and you know it's just too hot for me to be going through too much. This for the ladies. That's a workout thing right there. You see that? KNGZ. This is for the ladies. It's a biker. It's like a workout suit, you know. So, yeah, it's kind of lit. It's kind of lit, you know. That's cute. You like? That's kind of cute. Okay. All right. Well, for the ladies, I think I got like 4 more of these left. I don't have them on my website because they're limited supply. But if you want one, you could just cash at me $60 and we'll send it to you. You got to send me your email though so I could correspond with you. But if you want these, I think I got two mediums and a large left. Real mediums and larges too. You know what I'm talking about? Not the medium that you made up in your mind where you wear a triple X and you like, yeah, that's medium to me. No. This is true to size, beloved. You know what I'm talking about? So it's a real medium. So if you want that, you can hit me up and we can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I'll send that out to you. I mean, I don't wear women's clothes, so I don't have no use for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it out of here. It is true to size. Let's be clear. I just have to make that known. You know what I mean? And there's no offense to people that are wearing shit that's not true to size, but I got you. I need, yeah, Alicia, I need your email to get the so I can send you your 20 for 20. I got you. Just send me your email and I'll send that to you. Yeah, we gonna talk about Little Nas X riding ponies. That nigga said that he's riding the horse until he can't no more. So he been trolling you niggas all along, singing gay porn, and you know, it. I mean, it is what it is. We all get caught out there in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anybody know me, I was co-signing that dude all day. I was like, yo, Little Nas X, you know, he's breaking records. He's all up in the country charts. We was trying to cape for him because we thought that the white man was hating on him, you know. And the whole time his mountain was broken. Speaking about Little Nas X, look who just walked in. It's no, I mean, yeah, that's an L. I could, you know what I mean? We got a video with we got a video with Brother Rich on Black Magic 363. We wasn't necessarily talking about Little Nas X. This is my shit. This is my cleanup shit. So niggas don't kill me on the you know they gonna soundbite us to death. You know niggas wasn't really talking about Little Nas X personally. We was just talking about Black Cowboys. Come through, come through. Come on, cause I'm talking about your event. I'm recapping your event, so I'm gonna need you in here in a minute. All right, let me get through the Little Nas X thing. We ain't gonna put you on camera and associate you with Little Nas X, but I'm gonna need to talk to you afterwards. I'm gonna interview you quickly about your event.
Yeah, don't talk to me about that shit.
So yeah, anyway, we was just talking about black cowboys. You know what I'm talking about? We was talking about black
Pause.
cowboys. We was talking about horses, pause. You know, and we was talking about the black man's affinity to horses, pause. And how black people was riding horses
Pause.
before white men, pause. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what we was talking about. And then it came out, there was rumors flying around about Little Nas X was in control of a Nicki Minaj fan page, right? And when Nicki Minaj was out there piping Nas, the rapper, right? Yeah, he needs to take Nas out of his name. You know what I'm talking about? When he was when Nicki Minaj and Nas were together, he was running her fan page, and it was full of rainbow flags. So then he went ahead and he created what is known as troll rap because my son listens to troll rap. You know the video game Minecraft. You know every popular mumble rap song. There's like parodies to it on the internet, right? Like where they mimic the accent of like Africans or they mimic Asians. They got Asians doing like Old Town Road, but it's the Asian way. So he blows up mimicking a rodeo, right? You know, rodeo song. And then he gets kicked, and then they hate on him in the country on the countryside with the country billboards. So then he gets Billy Ray Virus to attach himself to the remix, right? And then they go horse riding together through the charts. Pause. Right? So he goes on the BT Awards, right? With no shirt on. He's straight. He's trolling all you niggas. You know what I'm talking about? He's talking about riding a horse. You know what I mean? And yeah, big pause, little Nas. Like he's riding a horse with Wranglers on his boot tee. You know what I'm talking about? And he got a Wrangler deal based off of that. And they love him on the country music side. He's moving around through Willie Nelson circles and all kind of shit. And now I know why. And he's from Atlanta. I'm bringing this up mainly because the babies love him. And he is the number one trending artist on YouTube for 3 to 4 months. There's nobody fucking with him virally right now. And who's pushing him? The babies. Right? Yeah, he's gonna be on Hove's ass. Pause. They're gonna make sure he get a Billy in a few years. And it's not necessarily what we have to say about the song if we don't like it or nah. It's not, it has nothing. If you don't have any seeds and you're listening to me talk, like if you're a teenager and you don't have any investment in the future because you don't have a child, then this conversation may be going a little bit over your head. It might not even matter to you. And I get it. And I appreciate that sentiment and I respect it. However, those of us who are parents, we know the effect of the quote unquote young artists and the impressionable impact that they have on the minds of the impressionable youth. Meaning, we spoke about it last night. Blue Pill got right into it. He dug all the way in. Pause. You know what I'm talking about? He went balls deep. Pause. And he penetrated, the veil, pause, and spoke about the impact that music has on the minds of whoever is indulging in the music. You could be in your 80s because he has a crossover appeal to elders. Little Nas X, I'm speaking about. He has a crossover appeal to. They square dance into it. They folk dance into it. He's snuck in through. He is the 2019 gay rapper, right? And my question is, what is that? Because did you see them? Did you see the pictures coming out of New York this weekend for the Pride weekend? Did you see the age? Uh, did you see what's going on this weekend in New York Pride weekend? Do you see how babies are now the quote unquote grand marshals of the LBGT pedophilia marches? Because to be LBGT, do you know any, have you ever met a LBGT virgin? Is being LBGT and non-sexual synonymous with each other? No. The act of identifying LBGT as a sexual preference. So you got 8-year-olds running around flagged up this weekend. You got parents bringing their children out to this quote unquote festival in this march, and these are babies. And LBGT is identifying with sexual practices. Do you know LBGT virgins? I've never met nobody saying I'm practicing celibacy, but I'm flying the goddamn flag. They are known for their promiscuity. They're very promiscuous. Okay? They're known for being real loose with the goose. Pause. So here it is. You had like Dwayne Wade supporting his 11-year-old by being gay. How the fuck? Where did he become gay at, bro? He's 11. So you taking him around grown ass men with exposing their genitalia around your baby, and you cool with that? That's where we're headed these days. That's what Spike Lee is flying the flag talking about. Do the right thing. No, nigga, Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 22. Where my Hebrew Israelites? Deuteronomy. It's a big cover for pedophilia. You damn right. And it's sexual deviancy at its finest, and it's also sexual you're being real inconsiderate to these children who are going to be traumatized. Why do I know that? Because the adults who are waving that flag, 98% of them were traumatized and molested. Somebody violated them. Someone violated them. Somebody violated their trust. Somebody violated their innocence. Somebody violated their manhood. And because of threats, because of propaganda, and because of fear, a lot of those children normalized that violation, and they got down with the movement. It's almost akin to the movie The Lost Boys or Interview with a Vampire with Bram Stoker. Once you get bit, you're a vampire. So you're not going to rally against the vampires. Yeah, and they got code switching on fleek these days. Gay for pay, code switching, pedophilia. They have transsexuals teaching children the history of being a transsexual. They got people coming out talking about they identifying as an X gender, right? They'll let your children sit in front of somebody and tell them how they became an X, but they won't let Farrakhan or they won't let people from the Nation of Islam sit in front of your children and tell them how they became an X. How is that? How is that? How is that fair? How is that balanced? How is it? They won't let Reza Islam sit down and tell these children how he became an X. They won't let brother Ben X, break down how he became an X. They say that that's hate speech. They say that that's dangerous. But they gonna let Bruce Jenner, who is doing triple black flips off of a goddamn diving board, right? Swimming across the goddamn Olympic pool, getting out, picking up a log, hopping over shit, running up a mountain. This nigga's a decathlon athlete, and they're gonna let him sit down and tell your children how he clipped, right, his third leg to become Caitlyn. And that's healthy. That's not toxic. That's not toxic masculinity. You don't think so? You don't think that there's a form of mental health issues that need to be addressed? You don't think that this is pedophilia? You don't think that this is Roman? This is Greco-Rome at its finest? You don't think that this is the New World Order? You don't think that this is the end result of them coming through and pushing what it is, what was a persecuted culture that they was burning people at the stakes for centuries? You don't think that this is them basically, this is not their revolution? You don't see a revolution taking place around you? You don't see a Greco-Roman revolution being launched? You don't see Kali Yuga? You don't see the Hopi prophecies? You don't see Kali Yuga unfolding before you, and you want to be a part of that? You ready to leave the country? This is this is New World Order. This is New World Order. You better go to Uganda somewhere and hide out. This is a New World Order. I'm being, like Blue Pill said, I am identifying myself as an observer. No judgment zone. I am an observer. I'm the owl sitting on the branch looking at all of these things going down. Sharing what it is an observer's wisdom. That's the only thing that I'm doing. Saying, playing the observer. That's crazy. That's crazy. Did you see She's Gotta Have It season 2? That's crazy. And I like Nola Darling. And that shit don't turn me on. I don't know if it was meant for that. But seeing two women
Yeah, yeah,
ferociously going at it, like that's supposed to, subtly that's supposed to turn men on. No, nigga,
yeah. Okay. I just came from there. I had back ribs given this week.
it don't feel right. Don't
Came
feel right, yo.
with it. Hmm?
It don't feel right. And
Came with
God
it.
is about feelings, energy, emotion. I'm just saying what don't it don't feel right watching these children in New York
It was
City
happening
yesterday
when I was there.
being heralded
So,
as the gay future.
so
What future do two gay boys represent together? What future do two gay women represent with each other? And I'm not taking atomic shots at your
what?
lifestyle and your preference and how you're
What?
living. I'm asking questions, honest questions, because these are certain things that I be wanting to know. You know what I mean? Because it's seeping
I saw
into
you was there.
everybody's everyday life.
When you get in,
It's
I feel like
seeping
you
in.
finish your meetings or something.
You know,
Hit me
I
up.
love women to the day that I die. So
All right.
I know what frequency I'm on. And if people are on different frequencies, then that's all about your channel. That's
You
what
sure
you're
about that?
tapped into. Huh?
You sure about that?
What do you mean? So Blue Pill brought up he had a live the other day and he brought up some very he had a show with Kim Bripson called Tough Talk Tuesday. That last one is a must see. Okay? The brother did a spoken word piece that I'm personally going to bankroll and put him in the studio and make sure that that's recorded professionally. You feel me? And maybe he might share it with us today. But he made some very good points. And I don't want to try to parakeet this man's intellect. I will want him to say it and speak about, the irony of what it is that we see with these millennials specifically who've been touched, who've been damaged, who've been abused, who've been violated by the same church, right? By the same pastors, by the same preachers, by the same Roman Catholic Church, by the same religion that confused you from out the gate, had you in a quote unquote paradoxal parallel universe where you were in this quote unquote you were in a confused state from the gate as a Christian, as a black Christian, somebody who's been branded by the doctrine of discovery, you understand, for conversion. What is conversion? Cut your nutsacks off and make you a eunuch. You understand? And give you a Roman name. That's conversion. And make you a good Catholic while they rape your women, while they rape your daughters. That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing. So here it is. They got all of these millennials going so hard on what they call toxic masculinity, but they not taking no shots at the European. They not taking no shots at the Greco-Roman. They not taking no shots at the head of the LBGT empire, the Pope. They don't want to give that up. They don't want to throw that under the bus, but they want to be woke. They want to be a millennial. They want to identify as woke. They want to be a part of the movement. They want revolution. They want reparations. But they don't realize that all that shit is tied into this quote unquote, yeah, Ed Buck and them niggas. They don't want to, I don't see them banging on Ed Buck. There's no smoke for
I
Ed
see them
Buck.
banging on
They were at the
us.
parade with Ed Buck yesterday. Hold on, Blue. If you go to the Pride Parade, the quote unquote people who were the secret relationship between Jews and black, the people who are in bed with the slave trade, the people who profited from the slave trade, the people who profit from selling us on Wall Street are the grand wizards of the LBGT community. They are the ones who are pushing all of the agendas, and all of you niggas is in bed with them. So all of you niggas is out of pocket. You are the op. How about that? Because you can't wave two flags. They don't got no smoke. But it don't listen to me. Keep going down Old Town Road. Stay on your fucking pony and ride that bitch to the yellow brick road, to that pot, that rainbow fucking, that pot of gold that these gay people have promised you, that Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood promised you, that the eugenics promised you, that quote unquote that Joe Biden and these niggas promised you, that Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation promised you. You keep riding that goddamn horse down Old Town Road. You're gonna see a devil at the end of the road. You're gonna be forced to come to terms with choosing a side. You don't got no grippers, so you already choose your side. You already choose this, especially the men, because I was told by my elders that your manhood is in your anus. And once that seal is broken, you're no longer considered a man. That's called manhood. Manhood is protecting your ass. Facts, right? That's tied into your manhood. That's why niggas was like, I'm not gonna allow anybody to take my manhood from me. That's why we see people who came out of prison, who been molested, and they took their manhood. So it don't matter about what's going on. If they're exonerated, if they're getting money, if people are putting them on the front page, they not a man no more. And you can't give that back once you lose it. So if people want to get real, if you want to peel back the veils and have real talk, I'm going to give it to you real. I'm in the South right now. It's mad hot out here. So I can't play PC politics. And I'm not judging. Once again, I'm smudging, but I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that the movement that you belong to, my nigga, is an enemy to my people, and that movement is an enemy to everything that we stand for. And at the top of that pyramid, the one who's sitting on that throne, there's some black godfathers that's up there on the pyramid as well. There's some black godfathers, but the one on top of the throne, Xerxes from 300, right? Xerxes, it's a European. It's a Roman, and that's a fact. It's a greased up Roman at the top of those pyramids. Him and his woman are at the top of that pyramid. So you niggas lost me. There's no power in your movement at all, and they're using you once again as a fucking battery to push their agenda. It's a counterculture. It's a counterculture movement. They did the same thing in the 70s, and they stopped black power in their fucking tracks, and they're doing the same thing again. And you niggas are willing participants in that counter-revolutionary movement, and it got nothing to do with love. Stop it. It's a lot of hurt. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot of fucking hate. Okay? And y'all trying to confuse that shit with all of that fake ass love, and you turned the goddamn rainbow upside down, and I'm taking fucking problems with that. You turned the light spectrum upside down, and you niggas is trying to sell that shit like it's life, and it's a death culture, and that's a fact. Talk black to me. You know what I'm saying? And I got love for my people. And I love my sisters and my brothers that's going through these issues right now. I got love for you. But this is tough love, man. That shit hurts me to my fucking core, the shit that I'm seeing. And I'm just keeping it a buck. That shit hurts. I shouldn't take it personal, but it hurts. It hurts seeing an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old boy with fucking booty, with boy shorts on, with fucking poom poom shorts on, you know what I'm talking about, greased up with coconut oil, you know what I mean, being heralded and paraded in a fucking sexual orientation or sexual preference parade. And I got an 11-year-old, bro. What are you doing? What are y'all saying to
What's the
us?
heterosexual flag?
What's the heterosexual flag? What's the flag for niggas that's polygamous? What's the flag for niggas that like back shots? Because y'all giving out flags for sexual preferences. Where's the flags for niggas that like to hit it from the side?
That's a lifestyle. That's what you do 1 hour out of the day in the privacy of your home.
That's a
And
lifestyle.
that only nations have flags,
Only nations have flags
right? Or trading banners.
or trading
What
banners,
the fuck is that?
not sexual preferences. That is a fucking misnomer right now. Y'all have prominent movements with LBGT leaders in this community, and y'all backing that. But those leaders is not really, they not flying your flag, they're flying their flag. You have to you talk about you want ADOS, you talking about you want reparations, you don't got a flag. You don't have a banner, you don't have a flag, you don't got a nation. And the leader of that movement flies a fucking rainbow flag and they have a nation and you don't. Talk black to me. What's the fucking, what, do you see the problem? You don't have a flag. You don't have no representation. Spike Lee wasn't flying you niggas flags. He didn't have the red, black, and green flag on the stage with him, and that was the 20th anniversary of Do the Right Thing, and he was talking about red, black, and green empowerment and Do the Right Thing going up against Sal's. There was no LBGT. He was sucking on that girl's nipples in the beginning of the video, Rosie Perez. My father covered my eyes, goddammit. They was getting it in the beginning. It was heterosexual. There was some beating going on.
Jungle Fever.
It wasn't showing no nigga giving another nigga neck.
She gotta have it. I mean, all of his motherfucking movies was about heterosexual, primal sexual being.
Primal, Jungle Fever,
Fuck is
Mo
you
Better
talking about?
Blues. She gotta have it. The first She Gotta Have It. Primal sex. Okay, I remember that scene from She Gotta Have It when them niggas was giving Nola Darling back shots. That shit traumatized me because I like Nola Darling and I wasn't prepared to see 3 different niggas giving her back shots. White, it was about primal black heterosexual sex. Primal. Niggas was fucking for real. Wesley Snipes was digging backs out. Uh he was giving Redbone, he was tearing Redbone box up in all of Spike Lee's movies. She's Gotta Have It, Mo Better Blues, Jungle Fever, right? Do the Right Thing. Okay? And then he came with She Hate Me. This pigeon-toed ass nigga. Yeah, Wesley Snipes was Wesley Pipes fucking with Spike Lee. That nigga had him. I mean, it had to be real sex. He was piping. And now you don't even put a red, black, and green flag on the stage with you to represent the fucking nation, bro.
And this is the 100-year anniversary of Marcus Garvey.
This is the 100-year
The other day,
anniversary.
July 19th.
Yeah, June
Hold on,
19th.
June
Juneteenth?
19th. Let me pull this shit up.
Juneteenth. This is the 100-year anniversary of the arrival of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. 100 years for that RBG flag, and niggas is not flying that no more, bro. You can't. The stores in every single store in New York that make the Gap, Uniqlo, the motherfucking children's place was flying rainbow flags in New York City. I was like, what's going on? What's happening? I'm in Atlanta. I dodged that bullet. I seen that shit online. You know what I'm talking about? But the whole city went gay. Are these same corporations going to fly your red, black, and green flag to promote your motherfucking reparations movement? Are they had All of the websites that I was on Twitter, they all have rainbow flags. Mashable. I think
That's everywhere, so it's not even worth trying
it
to
ain't
figure
even
out.
worth naming them. Jeep Wrangler. What the fuck do they got to do with being gay, my nigga? AT&T. Nigga, I'm on the phone. What that got to do with a nigga's sexual preference? That he likes to spread AIDS? That his phallus goes into a rectum where there's fucking feces? I'm supposed to celebrate that when health is wealth. Health is number one over everything. We getting ready to promote Dr. Sabi and him curing AIDS, and you niggas want to confuse me. Shout out to Brooklyn Nets for landing KD and Kyrie. Random shit that I think about while I'm ranting.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, facts. Random shit that I think about during these rants. You know? But I'm gonna let Blue Pill talk real quickly, man. I'm going to exit stage left off of the quote unquote Little Nas X LBGT Pride Weekend conversation. I'm sure that it may be misinterpreted for toxic vitriol towards your community, which it's not, okay? And it's not even your community. You know what I'm talking about? It's not your community. You don't own the flag. You don't own the community. You're not at the top of the community. Even if you niggas is fighting to climb the pyramid. Even if Tyler Perry is one Negro on in his studio down the block. You know what I'm talking about? I don't give a fuck. All right? We're at war right now with higher principalities that's above me now. Okay? Species terminus. Our race has conformed and has assimilated so much into USA culture, corporate Greco-Roman Judeo-Christian culture that you have now assimilated and you've taken on the identity of a species that's not even quote unquote pop. They're not even reproducing themselves anymore. They're at a negative birth rate. So by assimilating into them, you've adapted their negative birth rate, and you now are underneath what is known as species terminus. Their species was so fucking wicked. Their species was so goddamn toxic. Their species was so unnatural that the nature itself has pulled the plug and voided the contract for white babies with blue eyes being born after 2020. And you niggas jumped on that shit with them. So the most honorable things, Brother Oba talked about it yesterday. AA talked about it yesterday. The most honorable thing that you could do to the African ancestors is to continue their bloodline. I have a son and I have a daughter. I could die right now. I fulfill my contract because I'm forwarding my bloodline through both parties, through a boy and a girl, through a man and a woman, through an XY chromosome and the other one. So I fulfilled my obligations to my bloodline. Because being fruitful and multiplying never went out the window. I'm fighting having more children. I'm fighting it. But I'm coming to the realization that Red, you gotta repopulate this fucking planet with more red pills. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta repopulate, you have to recreate you multiple times. All right? And sacrifice your future, your fun, whatever the fuck you thought you was having for these seeds. Recreate yourself. Make it happen. And it hurt. The reason why I said earlier that it hurts is because I'm seeing beautiful black women, beautiful black men, intelligent, talented. I'm in the fashion industry. Some of the most talented. Some of the most fucking talented. Some of the most the people who are endowed with artistic and scientific fucking prowess that will blow you away are not they're not recreating themselves. It's over for them. Their buck stops. No pun intended, nigga. But the buck stops here. And you just playing in feces all day. And then be acting like everything gotta be OCDC around you. You confused. You confused. You know what I'm saying? And we got herbs for these occasions. Where's your gold water at? We got medicine for you. We got medicine. Because at the end of the day, we are the ones, my mother, my brothers, we are the ones who deal with this shit at the end when it's no longer cute, when they take off of the fucking tassels, when they take off of the truffles and whatnot, when they take off of the Little Nas X, when they take off of the cowboy, the what's the shit that they wear? What's the shit that they wear, Blue?
Tassels.
When they take off of the tassels. We gotta be the one to heal them. We deal with them at the end. We deal with them we deal with them when it's the end game. That's who we deal. We see them when it's end game time. You don't. Spurs and tassels. You don't see them in game. The healers see them on the end game. We deal with them in the end game. We dealing with women who all of that latex is all in a yoni, and they getting, you know what I'm saying? They getting all kind of problems because of the latex plunging into their anus and into their quote unquote uterus. I'm talking about robotic dildos. You know what I mean? The rabbit and the rocket and all of that, that's another story. They getting hit with 12-inch dildos that's turning and whatnot. D motherfucker, D batteries, nigga. D, nigga.
Hey, what's up, family? It's your brother King Simon.
The dick is going in spirals. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Pinky. She be watching the lives. You know what I mean? It's fucking them up. So I could talk like this because we're at the end. We're on the end of these quote unquote of this parade. We're at the end of the parade, my nigga. We get to see them when they sick. We get to see them when they sick, and they want us to clean them up. So I'm leaving that alone. I'm putting that down. You know what I'm talking about? Your children need to be monitored because they're going to be influenced to get into a lifestyle, right? That's non-productive. And it's going to put them around a lot of pedophiles and a lot of fucking vampires and a lot of people who actually hate Africans and they love Rome. And I'm not feeling that because I'm not Roman. I'm Carthaginian. Okay? So, with that being said, and then they blaming the wrong people for their fucking problems. Straight like that. If you call me a cis male, I'm smacking you. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm a man. Just leave it at that. I'm a father. Just leave it at that. Don't come up with these new ass terms to try to identify me, nigga. You don't even know who you are. Don't try to identify me. So it is what it is, you know, and hopefully the parents that are out there could take, they could talk to your children. Don't judge them. Say, yo, how you feel about this little Nas X thing with him being gay now? What does that mean? Like, how does it, what's your feelings on that? And just see what they say because we got to communicate with our babies. I called my son immediately on his iPhone to talk to him about it. You know what I mean? So we got to know, we got to have these conversations and see where they're at. Because hot button topics and stories like this, it's a way in to communicate. And one of the things that we have to do as parents is keep the lines of communication open. My son didn't answer the phone. He's in camp right now. He's gonna tell me I don't care. He's gonna say I don't care about what his sexual orientation is. The song is nice. I liked it. I'm on to some new shit. You know what I mean? He don't really care about that. I got a 5 year old daughter. She don't care about that. She's been around bisexuals a lot, so she don't really care about. She's seen that shit. She don't care about it. You know, but it is what it is. But I'm gonna let Blue Pill recap his monumental. Can you turn that down, bro? His successful event. I'm gonna let him recap it briefly, and then I'm gonna add on what I got from it, and we'll take it from there. Come on in. Introduce it to you, uh, without any further ado, is my master teacher. I introduced him. I brought him out yesterday. I don't shy away from that. My brother was my first master teacher. He was the one who brought me into consciousness. He got me where I'm at. So he helped save my life. So that's my savior, Pablo. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, here you go.
Yeah. Peace, love, and light, y'all.
You don't have no smoke?
That nigga try to recruit me. He tried to get me to do the remix to that song, yeah. He was trying to get the remix on A. Rashid album Horse. Now this nigga talking like
Or horse.
Yo, I ain't gotta rename horse, nigga.
Now the horse got a whole nother meaning.
peace, love, and light. This is a very magical, magnificent manifesting Monday. I don't want the family to miss this grand opportunity that is
Oh,
being
but
afforded to you with this new moon eclipse energy. This eclipse that's coming is tantamount to the energy that hit the planet in 2017 when we had the grand solar eclipse. So this eclipse energy is impactful, is powerful. The new moon is in Cancer, is dealing with the home, is dealing with family, is dealing with mama. You dig what I'm saying? So do some research on it so you can get your invocations together. You know, get your candle and your water. Shout out to Brother Oba. You know, he got the book out. So get your candles together. Put yourself in alignment, right? For what the universe is conspiring for you personally. So yesterday we had a monumental event here in the city of Atlantis. You know, while everything else was going on, we were congregating in the west end of Atlanta. I brought forth some people who I consider master teachers, who I consider, masters of their craft. A. Rashid with the Kabbalah, cosmophysics, the astrology, Aquarius Maximus with the tarot, the cardology, the technical side of things in regards to cryptocurrency. And I touched on some numerology, my fascination with this number 44 and the phenomena that entails that particular number. Um, we had King Simon in the building. We had Brother Oba in the building as well. And they got to touch the platform, hit the stage and speak to the people, you know what I'm saying? So it was an amazing weekend. It started off with Queen Afua's event on Saturday for the Planet Hill. I have an amazing chapter in that book on page 148, the 44th chapter. I really recommend, that people check that out. That the book is an amazing book. It's a pantheon of healers globally that have made contributions to this book. The book is called Planet Hill. Um, my chapter is amazing. My pen game is immaculate. You know, we did record it yesterday, and the live stream will be available very shortly. You know what I'm saying? It was really for the people of Atlanta. It was really for the people who came out in attendance and experienced it live. You know what I'm saying? There's really no way that you can capture the essence of what was being done on camera and repackage it and send it back into the world. You know what I'm saying? That's really something that the people had to be there to experience. So I really put that together for the family in Atlanta who says that they're forgetting about, right? Yo, nobody thinks about us. Y'all forgot about us. New York has all of the best events. Y'all don't bring nothing to the South, right? So I did that. I did that for the family that has felt unappreciated, unappreciated. You know what I mean? And I made sure that I got speakers in the community that have not been appreciated like they deserve to be. You know what I'm saying? So we can shower them and cover them with appreciation for the craft work that they do. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Professor Griff. Professor Griff came through. He was in the building as well. You know, I spoke about it on my live earlier, but the people who were in my ear the most about what they need as a community, especially here in Atlanta, the people that stop me in the streets, the people that stop me in Seven Nandas, the people that stop me everywhere, you know, that I move around the city, those people didn't show up. Those people didn't show up. You know, it was mainly new faces. It was part of the beautiful audiences that all of us as teachers, you know, have been able to call. You know, it was a lot of new faces, new energy. You know what I'm saying? The students, the people that really want this information, they were the ones that were in the building. These niggas that think that they know it all, these fucking millennials that are out here that swear that they master teachers, you know what I'm saying? Because them niggas done put an altar up, right? Them niggas wasn't in the building. They was at the Pride event. No disrespect. I'm just saying. Everybody's constantly telling me what Atlanta. It was on a fucking Sunday. I put this shit at 4 o'clock to make sure it was after church. So niggas could take their hard bottoms off, put their phone posits on, and still come out. And I ain't see these niggas. You feel me? So we made sure that the people who needed this information, they were the people who received this information. They was the family that was in the building, and I am thoroughly appreciative for the fact that you guys answered the calling and you got way more than what you paid for. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, some people got there was motherfucking information that was put out there that you would have to get into a fraternal order, goddamn, ride the pony or ride the horse or the goat or whatever the hell it is they do up in there to get some of them goddamn secrets and them downloads that got transmitted. You feel me? It was supposed to end at 8. It ended at 1 in the morning. And people were still there receiving the information because these teachers are so full. These teachers have so much to share and so much to give. So the opportunity to speak to a captive audience that was receptive, you know, it was met with an overindulgence of downloads. You know what I'm saying? People just really giving of themselves. People just, you know, just pouring onto the family. You understand? So I'm gratified, you know, that I was able to do that for the city of Atlanta. I was able to do that for the fellow lecturers. You know what I'm saying? I was able to do that for the establishment. Wadada ATL, shout out to Sister Elijah. Shout out to my brother Jefferson. Shout out to all of Elijah's children. Shout out to the West End community. Shout out to the Sacred Woman Healing community. Shout out to Queen Afua. Shout out to Brother Wanique. Shout out to King Simon. Shout out to Professor Griff, his queen, Soleil. Shout out to Chef Aki, her king. Um, you know, I hope I don't leave anybody out, and it's important that everybody gets their fair mention and their just due. You know, it's about appreciation. Appreciation. Shout out to Empress B444. Shout out to Casey. You dig what I'm saying? It's about over appreciation. You feel me? We should have an over appreciation challenge. You know, find somebody that you appreciate and over appreciate for them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, OD on that. You know, let them know that they're appreciated in real time, in real life. You know, so yeah, it was an epic event. You know what I'm saying? It was an epic event. Not only while they're here, but in real time. You know what I'm saying? Not just, yo, I'm gonna put this on. That shit is attached to you not being here. It's almost like a solemn celebration. You know, do it in a euphoric manner. Like, yo, I really fucking appreciate you in real time. And nothing can move forward until you know that. Don't make it so melancholy. Like, yo, it's like you going to visit a nigga. He's still hanging on. He's in the bed and shit. You know what I mean? The beeps are still beeping. He ain't even tap out. Yo, I needed to let you know while you still here. Nah, it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? It's a celebration of life while we're still full of it, still living. People are still adding on chapters to their book. You know what I'm saying? Their greatness is still coming into full fruition. You don't have to be fully realizing your greatness for me to tell you that you're fucking great. You know what I'm saying? I see the potentiality. I see the fucking greatness in your shadow. It ain't even coming to the light yet. And it's there. You dig? So, and I don't lose nothing by doing that. You feel me? I don't lose nothing by doing that. Now, I've had situations where I've acknowledged the greatness in people, and that shit has caused me issues because they was fighting the greatness in themselves so much that they started taking swings at me. That's a whole nother motherfucking story. You know what I'm saying? When you edify the greatness in somebody else, and not only can they not see it in themselves, they refuse to see it in themselves because they're scared of success. You know what I mean? So then they start lashing out. Whole nother story. Still shouldn't stop you from being the person that goes around, you know what I'm saying, and acknowledging the greatness in people and speaking to the greatness in them, speaking past the mundane, lame aspects of themselves, speaking to the greatness in them. Like, yo, pick your motherfucking greatness up, get up out here and go and get out and get something. You dig what I'm saying? I performed exorcisms before, right? I've performed exorcisms before. I had to do one about a month and a half ago. My mama tell you because she bore witness to it, and this shit was impromptu. Motherfucker, I'm not like you can't call me up. Like I don't get calls from the Vatican to go and do them shits. I've been in situations where the shit called for it in the moment, like impromptu, on the spot. So I know that if I've been able to speak fucking demons, chase demons out of people, right, with vocal incantations, speaking on that shit, then you could speak life, you could speak greatness into a motherfucker the same way. Because it's inside. It's just hidden, tucked away, for whatever reason.
Buried.
Buried. There's a word that I'm looking for. Suppressed.
Suppressed.
You know what I'm saying? It's suppressed, it's buried, it's being ignored, tucked away for whatever reason. But the shit is there. So the same way that you can motherfucking chase a demon up out of a motherfucker is the same way that you could chase the mediocre, mundane aspects out of a motherfucker and speak life into them. You feel me? And I'm sure at some point in my life somebody did that for me, right? You gotta have one of them shorties in your life to be like, nigga, you better than this. Fuck is you doing? You better get up and get out there and get you some. Damn, shorty, for real, you can see it in me. I can see it in you, nigga. Right? Get you something like that. You know? But yeah, I don't really know what else to say other than it was an amazing event. We're gonna have a video version of it available for video on demand very shortly. You know what I'm saying? But you need to physically see this shit. You need to be once again in the building. You need to bear witness to it in real time, participate with the energy in the building. You know what I mean? You want to be part of that captive audience in real time, not the facsimile version of that shit, secondary wave. You know. Now, to harken on what the brother was speaking about earlier when I came in. Um, I wrote a poem that I shared on the Tough Talk Tuesday program that we did last Tuesday. You could go into the archives and check it out, And that came from me attending an event 2 weeks ago here in Atlanta, and it was a dope spoken word poetry event. You know what I'm saying? It was primarily attended by millennials, people that are of that particular generation, and these are very angry, misguided youth. And I don't want to take a lot from them because the children are out here, they're living their lives. You know what I'm saying? Some of them have made it to wherever they've made it through. They've made it through whatever they've made it through to make it to wherever they at. Some of them are parents of children at this point. Some of them got the good jobs. You can't tell them nothing on some little Nas X shit. You feel me? Um, but I don't really think that too many of them are like well versed in history. I don't know where the Great Divide happened. You know what I'm saying? And I can speak on the fact that when we were growing up, and everybody in my generation ain't get it. You know what I'm saying? But when we were growing up in particular, we had access to information. And it was almost like antithesis if you wasn't absorbing some of the information that you was exposed to, because you could go outside, just go into the store, and you hear the guards building on the corner. You know what I mean? It was in the music. It was just part of the backdrop. It was part of our everyday soundtrack. So you had to absorb something. I had so much information where I had the option to turn it off and ignore it. You know what I'm saying? These children are just not exposed to it, as opposed to being overexposed to it and having the option to turn it off. They just don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have the back history. So where they're starting from is kind of like their beginning points is very modern in terms of where this conflict is at. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really know the back history. They don't know the backdrop to it. They don't know the backstory to it. So they've made their allegiances. They've made their minds up. And then we're talking about the whole aspect of the Plutonian cycle of when certain children are born. I believe that we're Libra and Pluto children, right? Y'all could Google this and look this up in terms of this is dealing with generations, right? What generation you was born in. So there's the Pluto and Scorpio. We're the cusp between Pluto and Libra and Pluto Scorpion children, right? These children are more Pluto Capricorn children going into the Aquarian shit. So it's gonna get super weirder. It's not even fucking, the weirdness has not even reached its apex yet. So the shit that he's talking about, that's the heralding point. All of that's a go societal wise. You're gonna see 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old babies embracing these alternative lifestyle choices that seemingly, you know what I'm saying, they're not old enough to make these decisions, because waving of that flag is an allegiance to what? A sexual appreciation, a lifestyle, right? That denotes the fact that what? These children are making decisions about who they're having sex with and how they're having it. You know what I'm saying? Their sexual orientation, when I was told as a child, that's something that you don't need to worry about until you 16, 17, or 18, right? Even though we know that we grew up in a generation where teenage pregnancy was at an all-time high, and children was cutting. You know what I'm saying? But it still was taboo to a degree, to a fucking degree. And nobody was sick enough to be like, yo, this is a conversation that we need to be having when we're 6 and 7, right? So what the hell happened, right? Like I said, if you look at the Plutonian aspects of the generations, then they might attribute it to certain celestial cycles or shit like that, right? But all of that coincides with, okay, well, the food got weird and this got weird and that got weird, and there's a way to explain all of that shit through the charts. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all the charts is dealing with these planets at a background frequency that allows this stuff to materialize on this plane and matriculate however it does. And now we're here talking about the effects. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's the causation. Well, whatever the fuck, we at a particular place and point right now where things is very different. You know what I'm saying? Things is very different, you know? And I'm just like, and like he said, like, I just see a lot of sisters going for it. You know what I mean? Where it don't, I remember a point in time where you had the option just to be neutral. You like, yo, I don't knock it, I don't condone it. It don't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But I also was able to look and say, yo, these children got parents. And when I say children, I mean like when I saw the influx 10, 15 years ago, right? Or maybe I started seeing the influx in Harlem '06, '07. So this was a little bit over a decade ago. You know what I'm saying? Where the shit was just getting pandemonium. Where people would always complain about Atlanta, but I'm like, yo, when I go back to New York, there's no way that you can go in New York where you're not fucking running into. In Atlanta, it depends on what neighborhood you in. You don't see that shit in the West End like that. You don't see that shit in cultural circles, quote unquote, like that. I mean now, cause the that shit is, you know, as they say, well, they got the motherfucking posters down here for Afro funk. What's it called? Afro punk. Yeah, that's consciousness right now. The advertisement on their motherfucking flyer for Afro Punk Atlanta is talking about voices of some shit where they talking about consciousness. So the millennials then came and circumvented the whole conscious community with that energy, and that's where the woke shit is at, right? So before that, there was a point in time where people could just remain neutral to be like, yo, I don't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that ain't
I ain't
shit.
got no skin in that, you know what I'm saying? So pause. So yeah, I ain't got no pony in that race. Pause.
Is that
So
supposed to be in the bed?
I don't know. But it's not like that no more. You feel me? And the sisters is like, because the sisters will love telling you, oh, the gay dudes is the gatekeepers for the spiritual realm. So black women is the gatekeepers for gay men in the physical realm, right? I'll let that fucking sink in. You know? And it ain't like niggas is out here running around trying to murder these niggas. These niggas ain't getting shot down by the fucking police. You know what I'm saying? So who you cuffing for? Like, you frontlining for what and for who? You dig what I'm saying? Them niggas is swiping. They doing all right. Them niggas got jobs.
Oh, they scamming.
Or they scamming. That shit is a motherfucking career option these days. They got placements for them niggas. Right? So who they out here caping for? Who they protecting them from? Right? Where I'm just saying, I don't see such an emphasis on black family, right? Fixing whatever dynamic has been broken by way of the abuse that we've all experienced and suffered. But now we party to the abuse. Now the abuse is so ingrained in the fucking culture, it's the soundtrack, right? But they'll point fingers and be like, oh, you know, you look like you enjoying it too much. Meaning the partying to the abuse in the soundtrack. But every fucking body turns up when the fucking ratchet music comes on, right? And then they turn around and talk about toxic masculinity. Gucci Man ain't toxic masculinity. Rick Ross ain't toxic masculinity. Jay Z ain't.
21.
The Migos, 21 Savage ain't fucking toxic masculinity,
21.
right? But this is the soundtrack to the fucking culture, and everybody's partying. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just wrote a piece, and it was just based on observation because I heard I was at the spoken word shit, and all of that shit was about these young people expressing their pain because the majority of them had been abused at some point. Because I listened to all their fucking poetry. You know what I'm saying? They was abused. They was fucking touched on as children. You know, So they're now unified as a cabal around trauma and pain, right? But when the fucking toxic music came in, they was bouncing off the fucking walls, and then somebody would come up after that and do a deep poetry and invoke Jesus' name, and you hear all the fucking hallelujahs and the amens, and these niggas become sanctified all of a sudden. And I'm like, yo, you can't have it both ways. This ain't Christ like. You know what I'm saying? Christ wouldn't be turning up the fucking trap music of 21 Savage. And he's not an advocate for fucking crack dealing and crack selling and toxic lifestyle or fucking putting your penis in anuses on both ends. Men and women for that matter. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't running up in the Duke shoot in the garden. So I can't conceive how we in the Bible Belt, these children have been abused. Majority of them have been abused in the church, but they still in the motherfucking religion. You know what I'm saying? And for them, it's like this is just insurance, just in case. They just go to church just in case. But they get real fucking holy and sanctified and be like, they got all the sloganisms out here. You know what I'm saying? Let Jesus tell it. And all the other shit that they be talking about. So I I just, and then there's no dialogue. So they just want to be in their feelings, and then, they fake because they got the ones that have infiltrated the community, they know all the sloganisms, but they really in the church. So then you get targeted. They tell their friends, "Oh, that is a hotep nigga," and you know what I'm saying. There's no dialogue involved, right? They got issues and they take issues with the hotep niggas because they feel, oh, you niggas is not LGBT friendly. I'm just like, but y'all still in fucking church with your abuser. And the fucking abuse originated from the Church of Rome with the Intercaterra in the Age of Discovery. And that's how they came out here and they raped continents, not just fucking people. They raped continents in the name of Christ. So you sitting in church getting abused by people who have been bit by the vampire already. It's a whole fucking vampire cabal. It's a cesspool. And y'all running around here biting fucking everybody. And everybody seems like it ain't in cahoots. Cause them niggas got to fly they flags off of buildings before the ADOS in the 400-year fucking celebration of your slavery. And the fact that niggas won't get reparations is based on the fact that you have no nationality or nation or flag. You're gonna have to get under the motherfucking LGBT flag to get reparations, my nigga. You can't see it coming. They're gonna get it before you based on some shit that happened 50 years ago at Stonewall. You can't see it coming. Pause. So, yeah, man. Nah, they could go and listen to it. But yeah, man, that's just about it. So this is not um bashing anybody. This is saying, yo, would you consider? Because niggas, right? I remember niggas used to tell me like, yo, and they would tell me so I could advocate on behalf of what they feel, and then go back and tell the community, like, yo, why niggas be tripping like that? You know what I'm saying? They tripping off of something that motherfuckers do in their bedroom for 1 hour. This is just an hour out of their day. You know? Why niggas be tripping like that? So I'm like, yo, all right, but what you do an hour or two out of your day has now spilled over into society in a way in which it's intrusive. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need to fucking know what you do in the privacy of your bedroom. And that shit should not be something that's pressed upon the consciousness of my nieces and my nephews and every other fucking little child out here that's not given the decision initially to say, yo, I want to make this choice for myself. It's being marketed to them and it's being shoved down their throat. Pause.
As a not just an alternative, but as like a protected class, as
Yeah, not just
like
not
you
just
got
an
American
alternative.
Express, like
Yeah,
it's a come up.
but the HOV lane
Yeah, straight easy pass.
in Atlanta traffic. Yo, you want to get in the HOV lane? We got you. There's all sort of motherfucking allocations over here for you. There's benefits to come with this shit. Y'all niggas got your own credit card. Literally.
Come on, I'm about to go to get something to eat.
Literally.
And I want to end it on this. Because we talking about respecting parents, right? We're talking about parental respect. I just saw a video with the nigga Blueface kicking his mama and his sister out the house.
They bought him a house. You kicked him out already?
Yeah, because he brought two Mexican thoughts home and the mother didn't say hi to the thought. So he called his mother clout chaser on his live and literally kicked his mama out of the house for two fucking Mexican thoughts, right? Tatianas, my bad. I'm sorry, thoughts out there. I don't want to misappropriate your titles.
Nah, I was reading the book the other day and it had a spiritual meaning of thoughts. Where that book go?
Oh, there's a spiritual meaning for the thoughts.
Man, that shit crazy.
So these new little this new generation and the disrespect, because I see a lot of that LBGT as people just disrespecting their parents. That's like the middle finger that motherfuckers is giving their parents. Like a lot of them hate their parents. Like, you know, I'm not judging everybody. I'm just saying it's blatant that the big middle finger that you could give to your father who you hate or your mother who wasn't there is to come home with somebody of the, because they not, yo, go out there and get you a Lil Wayne lookalike. You know what I mean? Nobody's raising their daughters up for that fucking end game. Nobody's telling their young men, yo, go ahead and you know, get out there, little man. Go get you a hard, you know what I'm saying, stallion to ride on. And I'm not talking about Meg. Pause. Nobody's telling their fucking children that. And if you are telling your child that, then, you know, you may have to get your head examined.
I don't know what they telling these babies.
I don't know what they telling these babies, because they did tell them to go and get Jesus. So they basically, prior to this madness going on, they was telling they goddamn babies to go and hop into a burning church or go and sit on Santa's lap. So, you know, but I saw the thing with that young man disrespecting his mama, Blueface. And I'm like, we did a lecture in Vegas we did a lecture yesterday, but we have the copy of the lecture available for purchase. We have American Gods available for purchase at $20 through the Cash App. Hit us up. Let me know if you want that. We have from Blackface to Blueface available. Superb production out of Vegas. Superb. And then we have the live stream American Gods. That's available for viewership as well. And both of them could be, you could hit up my Cash App. 25 for the Vegas event, 20 for American Gods. Send me your email and your Cash App to Phil Moreland. It'll be in the thing right there. We gotta respect and honor our mothers and our fathers so the days on earth will be longer. We have to pay homage to those who came before us. We have to keep our traditions alive. You know what I mean? And we can't sell out for no box. Like that is the most disheartening thing that I ever saw, that man would do that. The Eminem frequency. That's right. That is definitely the Eminem frequency. Not even that man, that young boy, that little boy. You know what I mean? Kicking out his mama. I'm going to throw the live stream on Patreon as well. The issue that I don't have a host because YouTube won't host it because I have copyrighted material, so they won't host it. So I got to figure out how to host it, and then I'll throw it on. I might throw it on Vimeo and see if they don't give me the copyright infraction for American Gods, and then I'll throw it on a Patreon. I invited all of my Patreons, and I invited about 2,500 of my Facts 2020 members to join us on the live when we did it. And I got we have some stuff coming for Facts 2020. I just wanted to say as well, Atlanta, I hope you left your email, because I'm in conversation right now about coming down here for the summer and completely locking in for about a month or two so Red and Blue Pill can activate and really get some shit popping in the ATL for the summer, because this is the place where the building has to take place. This is the new Harlem. Let's be clear. No offense to Harlem. Like I said, shout out to Brooklyn with KD and all of that. Y'all finna turn up. But this is the new Harlem. This is the new Black Mecca. This is it right here on this square, on this grid, on this, where, the ATL, Atlantis, reverse migration. We came home, mama. You know what I'm talking about? We came home. It's not on the East Coast, it's in the South now. Reverse migration. Our ancestors left the South and we built up the motherfucking East. We built up the cities. We built up LA. We built up Chicago. We built up New York. Our ancestors, the American gods, the autonomous, indigenous, you know what I'm talking about? They left, the ADOS, and they built up the cities. Now, the ancestors, the pendulum has swung, and the ancestors have made it to where we taking our black asses back to whence we came from, back to the red clay, back to the motherfucking grids, back to the Geechee Gullah lands, back to where we from, the woods, the forests, the sticks, my nigga. And we here. And I'm planning on dedicating my whole summer to building up my motherfucking people in the South, bro. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to sacrifice all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? A glass of water and a candle. Go and get Oba's book. That is a must. You gotta get Oba's book. We gotta return to the motherfucking traditions. If I come to Atlanta, I'm not playing no games. It's baby on baby, nigga. I'm not playing no games. It's baby on fucking baby. Facts. We turning up. There's no days off. We coming to build and destroy. All right? We coming to build and destroy. So make way. The decision is still being contemplated. But that means weekly classes. Every weekend is going to be something either in Atlanta, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, Florida, wherever the corridor takes us on the 33rd and the 44th parallel. We going to Charlotte. We going to light up Charlotte, bro. So that's the fucking movement. Even during the week, we doing workshops in the South during the weekday. We taking Facts 2020 on the road from DMV all the way up into motherfucking Texas, bro. We are here. My son he's in summer camp. I got some time on my hands. I'm bringing either my son or my daughter. We gonna mob up and we coming to the South. All money in. KTL and a motherfucking ATL. This will be our jump point. This will be our motherfucking jump point. We could be all millionaires in Atlanta in 6 months. Talk black to me. Y'all don't see it? Easy. There's so much property available. We're going to turn West End into Harlem. Starting with Wadada, we turning West End into fucking Harlem, bro. It's up for the taking. So with that being said, hit us up on the Cash App. Let us know if you want to get those pieces from Kings County. Go on the website. We got new designs. Some are 99, some are 19, my niggas. We here now. You know what I'm talking about? And I love it out here. We here. And we lit. And we'll see you in Brooklyn, July the 4th, July the 5th, July the 6th, July the 7th. We'll be in Commodore Park in the quote-unquote Queen of Four. It's called a wellness, the wellness center. We got 5 or 6 tents. We're going to have our wellness village. Pull up. And then Philadelphia. Well, first Long Island on July the 12th. RZA Islam, Brother Ben X, Pop Darby, Red Pill, Blue Pill will be there. You know what I'm talking about? If he makes it, I'm not sure. Baby on baby. And
they invite me and my nigga Keys, so
yeah, you and Keys. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one.
We're gonna do an event.
They're gonna do a pop-up in fucking Staten Island that same day. Tazara Path, my sister, aka I Empress Setmet, Jamar Milton, the brother who says, look it up. That brother. We all gonna be in Hempstead. Huh? Yarakama. We all gonna be in Hempstead, Long Island, July the 12th, Friday. It's called the Wake Up Call, lit. Then the next day, Philadelphia, Black and Nobel, Pam Africa, Dr. Pam Africa, Professor James Smalls, Red and Blue Pill by way of Black and Nobel at the Advocate Church, which is an African black church. 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Philadelphia, Philadelphia, whatever you calling it right now. Shekamexim. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. Yeah, Philly, your hometown. Pull up. I love Philadelphia. I love the women in Philly. I love the brothers in Philly. I love the artistic creativity expression in Philly. I love Stax Record. I love it all. Yeah, yeah, they are. I love the long beers, the jolly beans, my nigga. I love it all, yo. I love the cheesecakes, the cheesesteaks. You know the vegan ones, of course. Impossible Burger, pause. But we love Philly, and we're gonna bring that love. I love Black and Nobel. I appreciate everything they've done for us over our over the decades. The love that they showed AA, the love that they showed everybody coming from the town, the love that that Raz Mariah Bey, Abdullah Mosey Bey, Taj Tariq Bey, and my good brother Mizraim, the love that they transported to New York, representing Philadelphia. Legendary shit. Nothing, you can never take anything away from that demonstration that the Moors brought to New York City, representing the Philly power, the Philly and Jersey energy. So we're gonna bring it back and we're gonna return it to the family. That lecture gonna be talking about spirituality and all kind of other things, all kind of empowerment. Like I said, go and get your life together. This is a religion right here. This is the African spirituality. Tap the fuck in. All right. And with that being said, we get up with you on Thursday, Third Eye Thursdays. All right. We love you, Empress B444. Keep it going. All right. Peace.